Welcome back. A study has found that Singapore's national athletes experience high levels of poor mental health. These levels are comparable to the general population and their Western counterparts. It also states that this contradicts the view that athletes develop resilience through sports, equipping them with the cognitive resources to mitigate poor mental health. More than 350 athletes took part in the study published by the Singapore Medical Journal. Almost 3 in 4 reported elevated levels of psychological strain that are athlete-specific. Close to 2 in 5 experienced clinically significant depressive symptoms. About 1 in 5 reported moderate to severe anxiety symptoms. 1 in 6 were suspected to have what's called disordered eating or range of irregular eating behaviors, which may or may not include a specific eating disorder. The study also found that about 68% to 82% of athletes with significant symptoms of the 4 mental health conditions say they had never required treatment. That could hint at possible barriers to seeking or accessing help. As Singapore female athletes were found to be more likely to have clinically significant depressive symptoms compared to males. And this is consistent with Western research. But one possible reason cited for this might be that males simply underreport this. Now, the study recommends mental health screening to be included in the pre-participation process to identify athletes at risk. And experts are saying that raising awareness is key, along with education and having resilience programs. They, along with athletes, also say the most common psychological issue is performance anxiety from both internal and external pressure. Nikhil Khattar with more.
The weight of expectations can often be overwhelming, even for one of Singapore's most successful swimmers. Tauli says fearing people's judgments can cause sleepless nights and nerves on the day of the competition.
其实你明明觉得自己很努力了，却没有发挥好，可是别人把这个没有发挥好却放大1000倍、10000倍，去制造那种焦虑给你。那这个时候，如果你顶不住，你就会可能得抑郁症啊，而且严重的抑郁症。
National shooter Tay Siew Hong narrowly missed out of the finals at the Paris Olympics by just 2 points. She had trouble focusing after that, but having the right mental support made all the difference.
I think having support group is really very important because that is really what got me through the dark times. For the most part of 2024, I really feel that it's important to have another perspective. Yeah, sometimes we tend to get stuck on one perspective, and that's making us very negative. So talking to others really helps.
The study invited nearly 1,290 athletes to take part. Only 365 responded, suggesting that there's still a stigma surrounding aspects of mental well-being.
Many athletes may not recognize that what they are facing is a mental health challenge. Right, maybe because they are young, they're inexperienced, or just sometimes they're so the symptoms are quite overwhelming. Right, or sometimes they just may not know how to seek help.
Within the sports psychology team, we run workshops, we do individual consults. So, for instance, running mental health literacy workshops for our athletes, or like say mental health literacy workshops for our coaches. Right, because our stakeholders, because they are also an important part of this, environment, and they can also do their part to help support our athletes.
At least one psychologist has observed how younger athletes may also need help.
While they have all the automaticity in their physical skills, their technique is matching the demands of competition, but they don't have the mental tools and the cognitive awareness that really is needed to match the demands of the competition. This is a new generation we're dealing with that has very specific dilemmas and challenges, and perfectionism is one of them.
She says parents have also come up to her and highlighted the problem of performance anxiety.